What's up, YouTube? So before we get started with this video, on First Take, they're going to be talking about how the LA Clippers got beat by the Golden State Warriors by 132 to 105. And they're going to talk about Kevin Durant's performance. So let's see what they have to say about that.
You know who he is.
Yeah.
You know who he is.
Yeah.
Y'all know who he is. He's Kevin Durant. And what he showed is that, you know what? No one really has a chance. When Kevin Durant is playing like that, I mean, of course, it would help that Steph Curry's not in foul trouble.
Mm-hmm.
All right? But these guys, I mean, Kevin Durant, if Kevin Durant were more assertive, more aggressive, if he just said, you know what, I'm sick of this nonsense, all right? Give me the rock, like he did in Game 3 in the finals when he dropped 43 because Steph and Clay was struggling. When he's that Kevin Durant, you really don't have a chance with Steph Curry and Klay Thompson as his teammates. You really don't. And that's really what it comes down to. I mean, I can go on a long soliloquy to give you reasons why, but it's really not necessary. I'm going to give you the floor, okay? Because the bottom line is that he was absolutely unstoppable last night. And we knew that that was going to be the case because even though he didn't want to come out and say it, what did he say when he talked about a pest that is Patrick Beverley, who I got mad love and respect for? It's like a little brother to me. I love me some Patrick Beverley. But I'm here to tell you something right now. There are levels to this. And KD is on that kind of level, reminding everybody why he's one of the top 2 players on the planet Earth. Reminding everybody, Matt Kellerman, that when he's like that, you really don't have a chance against these Warriors. Period.
I'm disappointed we didn't.
Now, wait a minute, Stephen A. Smith. A couple of days ago, you were talking about Kevin Durant is not the best player. You were actually apologizing to Max and saying that you're sorry that you said Kevin Durant was one of the best players in the NBA, and there's no way he's going to be the best player of all time, and all this other stuff about Kevin Durant. So, I mean, so which one is it? So now that he won, he came back and scored 38 points. Now it's sudden, oh, Kevin Durant is a top 2 player, and he's this and he's that. So which one is it? You got to stay consistent with it. Now, I ripped Kevin Durant, too, for playing the way he did against Patrick Beverley because he should easily be beating him and shouldn't be getting beat up by him. But I didn't go as far as to say that, oh, there's no way Kevin Durant's a top player in the NBA and he'll never be an all-time great and this, that, and this, that. Why don't you stay consistent? And you don't need to rip Kevin Durant, go so far when you rip Kevin Durant and talking about 1 minute he's the best player in the league, the next minute he's not because he had 2 bad games against Patrick Beverley. So I just think you should stay a little bit more consistent. But who am I? So let's keep going.
Here, the 7 feet tall, the 7'6" wingspan. I mean, like, let's not settle an argument no one's having. Everyone knows that KD is awesome.
Well, I just didn't want to go into all of that because the more time, the more congested we are today, the more time we save for Tony Cornell, who's made it clear.
Well, you probably don't want to go into it right now, Stephen A. Smith, because you're wrong and how you're flip-flopping and going back and forth about, oh, first Kevin Durant's the best player in the league. Then he has 2, 3 bad games. Then all of a sudden now he's not the best player in the league. So you flip-flop back and forth. You don't really stay consistent. Like I said, if you want to rip Kevin Durant for the type of games he was having against Patrick Beverley, that's fine. But you don't have to go as far as to say, well, he's not the best player in the NBA and he this or that and he'll never be the top. It's like, stay consistent and you don't have to have such drastic swings. Okay, it just looks bad. Anyways, let's keep going.
He wants his time today.
Correct.
He wants his time.
Oh, he'll get it. He'll get it.
Okay.
You guys are going to let him talk?
The OG. Listen.
They're the OG.
While you're quoting Meek Mill, there are levels to this. That was my quote. When I saw KD hit him with the Swiss Beats, you know my name, you see the candy paint, it spells my name basically, which is what he said. I was like, oh, okay, I love this KD. And he said it twice. He let people know. Of course, KD is awesome. We know he's one of the, no matter what happens in his career, he proves he doesn't. He's one of the 20 best players who ever lived. No one would argue that he's not. What does it prove, though? Does it prove that the Warriors are unbeatable? No, it doesn't. It proves they're the best, most talented team, and we already knew that. But the Warriors are best at hitting the shots. Remember when we had Isaiah Thomas here? And he was giving you a basketball lesson? Yes, I recall. Well, what he was saying is that the Warriors are harder to defend. From a defender's point of view, they score from all 5 areas on the floor. Not just the Rockets who score from 3. 3-point line, paint, free throw line, right? Foul line. But also mid-range and down on the block, right? Okay, fine. But the block and the mid-range are not high-yielding results in the NBA. So if you have a mismatch in a high leverage situation, if the other areas are guarded to the point where they're giving it to you, fine. But you have to be so judicious how you use that it can be counterproductive if you go there too often. The Warriors, in fact, don't play as efficiently as the Rockets, even though they're more talented. The Rockets place more good bets on a nightly basis.
Well, Max, that's probably because they have to. They have to be more precise and efficient in the way they play because they have less firepower than Golden State. So that should go without saying. That should go without saying. No matter what, they're going to be shooting at 100% to have a chance to go ahead and beat Golden State. And they're not going to do that. So to say any of that is just dumb. And no matter what, Golden State has more firepower than pretty much anybody. So it doesn't, whatever you're saying, it doesn't matter, especially what type of shots they take and where. It doesn't matter because that's not going to overcome the firepower that is Golden State. So let's keep going.
Than the Warriors do. We're only going to shoot threes. We're going to score in the paint. We're going to shoot free throws. As a result of that, even though the Warriors are better, the Rockets have a puncher's chance. And they had that chance before they added CP3.
See, that's kind of annoying because here's the deal. We all know the Rockets have a puncher's chance.
No. But then they added CP3. But then they added CP3.
Yeah, but Max, CP3's been there for a while now. I mean, I don't understand. You acting like he just got there 2 weeks ago, and all of a sudden now they have that's the piece that they needed. CP3 was there before, and they lost. I know he was hurt, but he gave them their best chance, and they still didn't do it. And what about 2 or 3 weeks ago when they played against Houston? That's a perfect example right there. They played Houston at home, had Chris Paul, had James Harden. They had a winning streak against the Golden State Warriors, and the Golden State Warriors came in and beat them. And they didn't have Kevin Durant. So that throws out your whole little whatever you just said, Max. So let's keep going.
Well, again, we know they got a chance.
They got a puncher's chance like Mike Tyson had a puncher's chance.
Now, say it with your chest. I'm glad you went there.
That's
Hold
right.
on, Molly.
Like
Hold
Mike
on.
Tyson. Like Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson having a puncher's chance. No. That was more than a damn puncher's chance.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
All right. So in other words, you're saying something different than a puncher's chance. Is that what you're saying? Because Mike Tyson had more than a puncher's chance.
What I said was the Rockets had a puncher's chance before they got CP3. Before they got CP3, they were Ernie Shavers.
So what you trying to say? What you just saying with your chest, man?
I'm saying.
Say it with your chest.
I'm saying.
What you trying to say?
If James Harden hits shots, they're going to beat the Warriors.
There you go with your ifs.
Oh, really, Max? Really? So James Harden hits all his shots and has a good night shooting? They're going to win? Oh, really? We never thought about that. We've never figured that out before. How come they didn't figure that out in Game 7 last year? But again, Max, what was James Harden's shot falling 2 or 3 weeks ago when they played against Golden State? Was it falling in? I don't know, but Golden State still won, right? Okay, so what are you talking about? Let's keep going.
Telling you what I said yesterday. I don't love James Harden. Don't give a damn what he does. Don't give a damn what CP3 does. Let me tell you this. If Golden State, when you talk about KD, Steph, and those boys, give me Houston's A game.
Yep.
And give me Golden State at an A-. They still win.
Nope.
See, that's what I'm trying to say.
Nope.
I'm trying to tell you, don't get me wrong, I got mad respect for Houston from the standpoint, you can't bring up PRC game.
Is this Houston team better than last year's Houston team?
I don't think so.
I think it is.
I don't think so.
Is this Warriors team better than last year's?
No.
Couple things.
I think they're both kind of even, give or take a little bit, because they pretty much have the same team except for 1 or 2 pieces added, like Golden State Boogie. But the main characters for Houston are back. So, and like I said, I don't know what Mac is talking about. Now they have CP3, and now they have a better chance of beating Golden State when they didn't do it last year for one, even though I know CP3 was hurt. But and like I said, 2 or 3 weeks ago, they played against each other, and they were firing on all cylinders, and they still got beat. So I don't know how Max can say that if Harden and Chris Paul have their A game, that they can still beat Golden State when they just didn't do it. They just didn't do it 2 or 3 weeks ago. So I don't understand where Max this is coming from Max. So let's keep going.
Warriors are worse, and you're saying Houston's better.
I didn't say they were worse. What I'm saying is this. You're in cruise control. Here's why, Molly. Because of what happened last night is perfect evidence of that. Kevin Durant is sitting there and annoyed, broke down very adroitly, very eloquently, I might add, broke down what they were doing, giving defenses, Patrick Beverley, what they were bringing to the table, comes out, hits his first 3 shots, has a block, instantly makes his presence known. All the brother was trying to do was say, this is what last night was about, which is what I wanted to see from him. At any given moment, I can do what the hell I want to do, and there's no one that can do anything about it. I am saying, even against Houston, that is the case because we're talking about KD. That's why.
5 for 18, Kevin Durant. Game tying or go-ahead field goals last minute, fourth quarter, or overtime. 5 for 18 in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay? 5 for 18. That's not great, Stephen A.
So
Kevin Durant has not been a clutch closer throughout his career. That's 1, 2.
So unless I missed something, Maxwell, have you been watching the past 2 years finals and what Kevin Durant has done in the last games in the finals the past 2 years? There's a reason why he got finals MVP, Max. I mean, you're really telling on yourself, and I was like, with a comment like that, I'm really starting to think that you weren't even looking at the finals last year to make a comment about that, to make a comment like that about Kevin Durant and him being clutch. Especially the end of last year's finals. You really started telling yourself, Max. You got me stuttering. So let's keep going.
You know who has the best point differential since they have their full complement of players back in the NBA?
Right.
Who's 22 and 5 now?
Right.
And winning and has a plus 12.
Who?
The Houston
Yeah.
Rockets.
And I'm gonna tell you why
they've been the best team.
And you know why Max is so
We
slick?
gotta go.
I know we gotta go. You know why you're so slick and disingenuous? Because Kevin Durant is known for being efficient and laid back, not assertive enough. It's not like he has the